Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video, I'll be going over the best weapon to use in Elden Ring and why everyone should give it a try. Don't forget to subscribe for more weekly content. I also have a Discord set up for anyone looking for more people to play with. The link to that and other Elden Ring related videos will be in the description down below. The best weapon in the game isn't just one single sword or axe or spear, but it's an entire category of weapons. That being the Ultra Greatswords. The reasons this weapon or these weapons are the best is because of how well they work just playing through the story of Elden Ring, being able to win PvP fights as if they were nothing, and just how easy these weapons are to use with very little difficulty in mastering them. First, I'm going to talk about how good they are for progressing through the game. With Ultra Greatswords, you can do a lot of damage with each swing of the sword, making it perfect for when you land a single hit on an enemy and then roll away to avoid their attacks, allowing you to get off a lot of damage with that single hit because they are heavy weapons. On top of doing a lot of damage with a single hit, you can stagger enemies really easily, making it more likely for you to do a full combo on your target, usually killing them or leaving them with very little health afterwards. With Ultra Greatsword's moveset, you have a really good poke attack for chipping away enemies' health while staying at a safe distance, a sweeping move to hit multiple enemies in front of you, a fully charged heavy attack that can knock most enemies over, and lastly, some power stance attacks that can do an insane amount of damage while sending your targets flying away. If you choose to dual wield them, which in my opinion is a really good idea because it just gives you even more damage to throw out. While dual wielding, the most effective way of fighting would be doing jumping heavy attacks followed up by the dual weapon arc combo to fully kill or heavily damage whatever enemy you're fighting. I will say for boss fights, it may be better to use a single Ultra Greatsword just because you'll be moving slower while using two at once, and sometimes you need that little bit of extra speed to dodge attacks. But this is a small concern that can be easily fixed by unequipping the second Ultra Greatsword. One thing to keep in mind is that you will have to level up your endurance a bit more so you'll be able to use these heavy weapons and armor while being able to fast roll. A bit of a trade-off, but fully worth it. Now let's talk about their use in PvP fights. When fighting another person, it's not hard at all to get the upper hand on them, because you are fighting with a very heavy weapon that does a lot of damage with each swing. If you and the person you are fighting manage to hit each other at the same time, you will almost always win those trades, doing far more damage to the other person. Not only will your weapon be doing more damage than theirs, but you also have a better chance at staggering your opponent and making it possible for you to follow up with another attack to get off for even more damage. In addition to this is your poke attack. Whenever you exit out of a roll with an attack, you will thrust your sword forward in a spear-like motion. The same can be said for when you crouch and attack, but it's even faster while doing this. On top of having a weapon that hits really hard, you also have a lot of range with a good amount of speed, often resulting you hitting your target before they can even get close to you. And even if they do hit you as well, you'll still be doing more damage. So either way, you will come out on top in these situations. Also to mention, the special attack that you can put on the Ultra Greatswords can do a crazy amount of damage, usually completely flipping the entire fight into your favor even more. Yes, these are a bit harder to land because they take some time to charge up, but after playing around with it, you'll figure out the perfect times to use it, which doesn't take too long. And let me tell you, landing one of these attacks and seeing a chunk of their health bar disappear is the most satisfying thing to see. Lastly, I'm going to tell you how and why it's so easy to master and use these weapons. As I was saying, with PvE, it's extremely easy to stagger enemies because of how heavy the weapon is, the amount of damage you can get off in an instance, and how much range you have with such a powerful weapon. often at times being able to avoid taking damage completely because of it. With PvP, it's the same thing again. With its high damage for each swing, winning trades with enemies, so even if you both hit each other, you'll still come out on top. Its great range and how different its moves' attack speeds are. Its heavy, regular, rolling, crouch, and jumping attacks all have really different attack speeds. For example, the crouch attack and rolling attack are the exact same, but the crouch attack moves much quicker, allowing you to change the pace up with your poke attack, and the same can be said with your other attacks as well. It just makes it really easy for you to be unpredictable to your opponent, especially if you only need a few hits on them to win the fight because you do a ridiculous amount of damage with each attack. Your opponent only has to mess up just a few times, if even, for you to win those fights. That's everything for today's video. I'd like to give a big thanks to the members of my channel for supporting me on my videos and the future ones to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.